My people were biologically determined for one purpose alone, to sense the coming of damn fine podcasts. I sense it coming now.
Hello and welcome to a Discovery Home Companion. Your home for Discovery Star Trek companionship or some shit. Anyways, we haven't done this in a very long while. My name is Wade Bowen, your companion, whatnot, and with me is not James and Hugh. Screw those guys. With me right now, something a little bit different is my brother, actually, Lane Bowen.
Hello.
Yeah, so we haven't released any Discovery Home Companion podcast in a very long while. James and Hugh, if you're listening to Rules of Acquisition, you might notice they seem to be rather down. I think we all seem to be rather down on Discovery. James and Hugh more so than the rest of us, and it's become a thing. So screw those guys. I still have an interest in Star Trek. I'm still gonna be talking about Discovery. If the Patreon reaches $500 per month, that's when James and Hugh have said that they will come back on and do a Discovery Home Companion. When we hit that milestone, people might say, you can't pay us to watch this. I guess you can. I'm going to watch it anyway. But in the interest of talking about it, if you listen to all of James and I and Hugh yelling at each other in Discovery Home Companion, and then if you listen to the voicemail episodes, you might have heard my brother Lane called in a few times. If you listen to Rules of Acquisition, you might have heard his wife way back, like at the end of season 1 or 2, talked to Courtney. But right now, it's just I brought my brother on to talk about the latest Star Trek Discovery short trek, and he's here.
Yep. And after rewatching that short trek thing, I kind of can relate to why James and Hugh maybe have mixed not so mixed, very strong feelings about Discovery, because yeah, maybe I just spoiled my opinion on it. If that was a big surprise,
Yeah. Usually it's Hugh asks, like, oh wait, how does everybody feel about this episode? I don't have IMDb up. I guess we could do a short synopsis. Hey, can you do that? Do that for me.
It was bad. Well, if you listened to me, I did call in on the, Discovery Home Companion semi-regularly there. It's been a while. I don't remember. I was defending it and then I wasn't defending it, but ultimately it proved I'm really mad that I defended that shit ultimately, but I'm still going to watch it. So
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. But
yeah, although oh crap. I think I canceled my CBS All Access. I need to double check on that.
Well, you watched this thing, so certainly you must.
Yes, that's right. I must have not canceled my CBS All Access.
I borrowed a friend's account, but I don't know. You probably didn't.
No, I have not canceled my CBS All Access.
I mean, anyways, there was some dispute in the Discord server that Lane wasn't a real person. And to that, I say, go fuck yourself, peoples. I don't know.
I'm a human being.
Yeah. We might sound similar. That's the thing.
This is not somebody recording and then talking to themselves.
I wish I could do that, honestly. But
I mean, that'd be very impressive, I guess.
Yeah. No. If I could sound this rambling and like I don't have it planned, but then also like talk to myself in a way that seems like, I don't know. I think it would be rather impressive.
Okay. Well, now I've looked it up. I feel guilty like taking Hugh's thing away. But do you think what they might have scored this season 1 episode 1 of Short Treks on?
Oh,
do you have a guess? I'm gonna just go out of turn instead of at the end. Should I do the star rating now?
Yeah, we can change up the format.
Yeah, because fuck it, Hugh's not here.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna steal his thing, and I'm gonna ask you, how do you think it was scored on IMDb?
Oh man, I don't know. It's hard to say because People
like Discovery.
People
what
like
the hell?
People.
I mean, I understand wanting to because I tried really, really hard. I tried so hard, and I was actually like giving it the benefit of the doubt on so many. And then those last few episodes, they just totally just proved how fucking they had nothing.
Yeah.
But anyway,
people
want to. I totally understand the urge to like it. I get why you would want to. I really wanted to, and. Some people think that like you're just being an asshole when you say no. I tried and it really, really was that bad. I really fucking tried. I did, but it was just like so insulting to my intelligence, and I feel bad. But I think if you liked it, maybe you should really think hard. Like,
Ouch.
Are you gonna let people treat you that badly and then like say that you accept that? That's not healthy. So admit it. It wasn't good. But what do you think the people I need to be think?
I mean, I was just about to say, like, I don't know, man, because I've talked to people that have watched the season, and that's still people that I respect, and
that's the thing.
Viewers that's like, hey, man, it's just like chill the fuck out. It's a good time. I liked it,
but it wasn't. I wanted it to be. It wasn't.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you, brother.
I know. Sorry, I'm still like I'm still like still sensitive.
I might say I'm with you. Yeah.
People, like you said, people's opinions, people whose opinions I actually respect and I like, and they like good things. Some of them, and I'm sorry, because you like good things and I respect your opinion and I know you like good things, I think you really need to look deep inside and be honest with yourself. It was really, really, really fucking bad. But
we're not talking about Star Trek Discovery.
No, not exactly.
That would be an interesting thing. Check what the IMDb Discovery ratings are now for the show.
Yeah.
Even, but we're talking about Star Trek Discovery Short Treks, which is a not serious thing. This is a thing that they just realized that they had 6 months or more of dead air on CBS All Access, and they realized, oh shit, we're the Star Trek game. We got to fix it.
Who's going to pay for CBS All Access? Nobody cares, right? We lost our Star Trek bump.
Right. They lost their bump, so they're like, oh, quick, crank some shit out. Let's do it. And this first short trek called, what is it called again, this one?
It's called Runaway.
Yes, and I'm gonna guess it got a 7. That's my IMDb guess.
Okay, well, there's no competitive guess because I'm the only one who is here, and that's pretty close actually. It's a 6.8.
All right,
so that was pretty close, and I'm sorry that's a little generous. Although I do feel bad for
6.8 is actually pretty low for. That's not a good score.
No, but I feel like whoever did the IMDb page, I can't talk. Whoever did the page is kind of a dick because they picked a very unflattering picture of Mary Wiseman. Like they gotta like, let's do her with the crazy face. And
yeah, and okay, let's just jump into the episode then, because you know what? I like Mary Wiseman. I don't hold this episode against her.
No, I can't blame her. She was given a steaming turd to work with. It goes back to Alex Kurtzman is one of the 2 co-writers on that. Alex Kurtzman and Jenny Lumet.
Yeah.
Okay, Alex Kurtzman just kind of cements my problem with Discovery when I saw Alex Kurtzman on there. And again, I'm my own person. I'm not you repeating your talking points. I think you mentioned it on the Discovery Home Companion, but fucking Alex Kurtzman, man. But if you needed any proof that he was a hack, this is a good body of evidence. Unless he's just throwing his name on there to give Jenny Lumet some something to pad her resume. I don't know. Jeez.
I don't know Jenny Lumet. I don't know her body of work. I don't want to shit on like. This is I feel like what I did all throughout the first season of a Discovery Home Companion. Like I feel like she might have her shit. Like I want to, but I know Alex Kurtzman. I know I want to lay all the blame on him.
That's what I wanted. Yeah.
But it feels like he can't. I don't know, man. This short track
sloppy and rushed seeming is right. This is the writing on this thing is 100% at fault.
It was every bit of hack writing. It was full of tropes. It just was like easy, and which just felt like shit that Alex Kurtzman would be like, "Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that people love that. Do that." But
that's all it was just a bunch of tropes smushed together like really quickly, and then like you have a whole arc of two characters get this bond within like what I don't know, was it 15 minutes of show, which felt like maybe 2 hours of them actually knowing each other. But there was a whole month or two of getting to know each other, longing looks, and stuff that we never saw. That explains, like, come visit me. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Right. All right. Yeah. Maybe now's the time to just jump in and just do an episode breakdown of what happened in this 15 minutes. Yeah. So, I mean, it just starts off, there's something in the cargo bay. Oh, there's an alien loose. Oh, and it's also a predator.
Yeah, and it may have acid blood. No, not really. The blood just kind of glows.
It glows. Yeah, so somebody broke an orange glow stick, and it drips on Tilly. And we also learned that Tilly has an overbearing mother. Which
all right. Well, before that, the cargo bay goes something. There's something in the tubes, and everybody leaves the cargo bay. They don't have cameras in the cargo bay apparently, which as much as they spin on these ships, you'd think they would have cameras. When something goes wrong on the space station, they probably have a camera somewhere watching that shit, But nobody seems to notice anything weird in the cargo bay. Everybody just leaves, and computers go crazy. No systems go off. They're like, hey, computer malfunction.
That's a common enough thing on Star Trek.
Fair enough.
They should have. But even in that Harry Moda episode, they had displays, I think, in Discovery. I don't know. It's like... Yeah,
that was a good episode.
That was one of the better ones. Yeah,
it was one of the only decent episodes I thought.
But yeah. So I mean, shit goes weird. That's a bit of a nerd corner thing. Like, why didn't they pick that up?
True.
But you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That's fair. And they had to keep it moving because this is one thing with this 15 minutes. They have to smush a whole bunch into this 15 minutes. And it covers a lot of stuff that really should have been, doesn't make sense to be covered in that amount of time. So that is a minor point. But it's more of the cliche, there's something in the tube, there's something comes out, there's an arm that comes out. And then it cuts itself because we need it. We need blood dripping. Okay, the blood glows, and it's like, is it acid blood? Maybe. It's almost like maybe
right. And then
orange acid blood.
But then Tilly is in the room.
Overbearing mom, yeah. Then there's overbearing mom.
Overbearing. That's a fine enough character thing to do.
No, it's fine.
She's got a mom haircut. Like the first time I watched it, I thought she was black, which is weird.
I didn't think that. Okay.
I know it's wrong. It was a weird thing.
It seemed fair. Tilly's mom is a frizzy-haired, curly-headed redhead, or
but she's not.
That was nothing. Yeah.
But she wasn't a curly-haired redhead. She had a black bob. And
oh, okay. Well, so is what I remember. I just watched it
I watched. Yeah. She's like a black Irish, black white woman. The first time, I might cut this out.
Fair. Yeah, this has no relevance to anything.
The first time I saw it, why has Tilly got a black mom? And that's weird. She's the whitest ginger of them all.
It's the future, man. She can have a black.
That's fine.
She can be adopted, or that might be her blood relative.
I was actually like, oh, that's kind of interesting that Tilly's got a black mom. It's weird, but it's interesting. And the second time, I was like, no, she's just got she looks like Mon Mothma from Star Wars.
Definitely, that's right.
White dress, and she's got the Mon Mothma haircut, except she's got black hair. But anyways, yeah, I might cut that because she's not black.
Yeah, exactly. Although, here's the thing. Okay, she's got an overbearing mom. I was like, hey, they're changing up the trope. I get the feeling almost like, hey, let's not go with daddy issues. Let's go with mom issues. Nobody's done mom issues. They do the same trope we've been seeing over and over, and every fucking J. Abrams show has daddy issues, up the wazoo. It's almost like, wait, let's be original. Mommy issues.
You know what? Props for that. I wish they executed it better.
I mean,
okay. You almost made you almost they did almost something right. You might be right, Lane.
We took this trope and we changed it just a little bit. It's the same trope. But let's make it mommy issues instead.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm down for that.
It's something. It's a little bit different.
It's archetypal shit that people relate to. I've said in the ROA, like, yeah, I mean, I get daddy issue stuff. It's fine. But
okay, but to be fair, just to run with my idea, it doesn't really hold up because the archetypal thing would be tiger mom kind of shit, and her mom is like, "Hey, you're trying too hard. Maybe you should aim lower."
that's true.
The mommy issue, which goes, to be fair, maybe that's more in line with the mommy issues that are universal. I don't know. Like, maybe you're not good enough for this. Maybe you should.
Yeah,
Don't get so high and mighty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
Not that my mom does that. That's not.
No.
Our mom does anything like that. But,
right. No. I mean, honestly, I wish I had a woman guest on the show, right, to talk about this.
Yeah, this is where it gets awkward. Like, oh yeah,
I don't feel equipped
let
to
me
talk
about mother issues
between
that
women.
ladies have.
Right.
Not that I'm a lady or know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sounds like a thing ladies have, right? Wait. Okay. Yeah.
But that's, yeah. But, so I'll give kudos, like, all right, give Tilly mom issues. I'm on board with that. That's fine. But this whole episode.
Okay. That's a bit of a stretch. But if you're going to give it kudos for anything, maybe that's the one.
Yeah. Flipping it from it's better than to have a female character have daddy issues.
This is true. Fair enough.
But,
Still not good.
yeah, I mean, this episode. Okay, all right. What happened next?
Okay. She goes, she talks to her ice cream. Oh, no.
Oh,
she has trouble with the...
ice cream was such a big fucking theme. Oh, sorry.
Before ice cream was coffee, she has mommy... Okay, now I'm picking up themes that maybe I didn't before. She has mommy issues with her mom, like, second-guessing her abilities. And then she goes, and even the replicator has the same issues. And it's like, maybe you shouldn't do that. The replicator mothers her, too, and says, you shouldn't have that coffee. You're going to get too high-strung. So even the ship is momming her. And so she has to talk about coffee or something. And then she goes to the loneliest cafeteria on any starship to have her coffee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's what happened next.
Right. Yeah, this whole thing seemed like... It seemed very heavy-handed. These are issues that women deal with. Like, God, I don't know. Women love ice cream, right? Yeah, I don't know. Well, anyways... Again, I wish I had a woman.
Let's have two guys talk about what ladies like.
I don't know,
ladies.
It's just
come on.
But this whole thing kind of felt like tropes to me.
Oh yeah, it's all tropes.
Yeah, yeah. And then so the runaway predator's out because let's just make it a predator.
Oh, yeah. She sits down with her ice cream. She talks to her ice cream a little bit, and then of course your visual trope is there's something drips on her from above.
The blood that's not acid.
It's not acid, but it's glowing orange blood. So you got your alien trope. It's, you got to rip that off.
Yeah.
And then you also get your predator stuff because you get the alien and then predator runs around.
Right. And then the sound. Oh, I don't know. The first time I watched this was with the headphones on. And the sound design just made me so angry because it's like all this squishy like sound noises. And to make it sound like a gross like slug alien, and it was just like a cute girl in face makeup. It just made me mad.
And some rubber gloves.
Yeah, and rubber gloves. The sound design was so turned up.
Well, it's like they didn't know what it's like. It was so all over the place. Like it starts off, we're gonna have a monster thing, and then it's immediately once the monsters go, technology goes crazy. Like,
oh yeah,
I guess that was like when the tube opened up, something controlled a computer to open the tube up. And they never quite, that didn't make sense really, how she was hiding in this cargo tube thing.
Right.
Anyway, and then once she comes down and drops into the cafeteria, the replicators start going crazy and all this stuff the computer starts talking crazy and spitting out replicated food all over the place.
Right.
For some reason.
Somehow she can cause electronics to tweak out every now and then.
Yeah.
Because she's got predator powers, and what other easy trope can we do? Oh, she makes computers short out. And
then they kind of dropped that. So that was that's the thing. It's like they start off, let's have a monster thing. They start the monster thing. Things go weird with the monster. She's a monster. Turns out she makes squishy monster noises. As soon as they turn the replicators on, she's just a cute girl with monster hands.
Oh, yeah.
It just switched. Like, okay, now we're into this trope. This
is where I blame Alex Kurtzman. It feels like they're trying to do this is what people like. They're trying to have everything.
Yeah. But it's like, starts off monster, and then it turns into we're besties.
Yeah, and then there's suddenly besties, and then people come in, and then Tilly's like, it's a hormonal space rabbit.
Right. So she's alone in the cafeteria, and then craziness ensues, and people wander in, and she has an excuse. The end.
Right. Nobody looks into her excuse. She just says, well, it ran off.
And at one point she says something like, if we don't get this sorted out, we're both going to be in the brig. And I'm like, wait, what? Why would you be thrown in the brig? Like, because you have a stowaway, and she found a stowaway, and somehow she seems to think they're both going to get in trouble. And that didn't make any sense either. Why would they both get in trouble? Because she found a stowaway.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I mean, it was just like, it's sort of like little logical inconsistencies that they just jump through to get to the next thing because it's a trope, but they don't actually, if you think about it and like sit down, like, wait, why would no, that doesn't make any sense. Why would she be in trouble for finding a stowaway? It's like, because we just got to move it on to the next trope.
Right. Yeah. One would be in the brig, and then
she'd be like, hey, I found this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she's like, all right, I will hide you. And then she says, it's a hormonal rabbit. Nobody looks into the rabbit. And then I guess you could say, I mean, if you wanted the nerd corner, like maybe she got put into, it's like maybe Tilly got put into quarters. She had to stay in her quarters, but no.
No, she just made a huge mess, ruined. She was the only one there, which just seems weird. I mean, in a nerd corner spaceship, you go in shifts because nobody actually has a night and day cycle. So there's always going to be somebody on their night shift and somebody on their day shift.
Right.
And the fact that she was alone in this cafeteria or that, and then all of a sudden the frat guys show up at the end of it, and like, like it's a bunch of dudes, a bunch of space bros show up, and hey, what's going on? This, and then the girl's like, hormonal space rabbit. But it just seemed like a bunch of bros walk in, and she makes an excuse, and then that's the end of it.
Then she's back in her quarters, and she's like, you gotta watch out, space lady, I guess. And then, this is the thing that, like even the second time I watched this, I was like, I'll just go along with this dumb shit. It's just simple. Just relax and have a good, don't overthink it. Tilly's having issues with her mom. That's fine. And it's kind of cute fun. Like she's like, oh, don't sass me, replicator. And like, and I rolled my eyes, but like, hey, maybe people like that. Then we get to I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. But then she gets put in her quarters, and she gets the name of Poe and the alien and everything. And then we learn that Poe is born at the same, our race was born at the same time as the rest of our planet. So I'm twins with my planet.
That seemed to be a important plot element or something for some reason. It was a very important character that made no fucking sense.
Yeah.
And it was stupid on so many levels. It just drove me fucking nuts.
I was watching it with the person that doesn't watch Star Trek and likes the show well enough, I guess. And she was just like, what the fuck is this twin bullshit? Like that doesn't make any sense. Our planet was born, but like the second time I was watching, it's like, okay, maybe the race was born at the same time as the planet, but no, this runaway Poe, her thing is like, my planet is my twin.
Yeah.
And it went on this shit, and I was like, fuck this show so bad.
So they established first off in the mess hall, like, oh, you're just a girl. You're 17 years old.
Oh yeah, you're just a teen.
You're just a kid.
You're a teen kid. Ice cream. Teens love ice cream. That was
girls love ice cream. When your mom's got you down, you just need a bowl of ice cream.
Yeah. Tropes. And then she gets in there and is like, my planet is my twin. And
no, you don't understand. My planet and me, we were born at the same time. We're as old as the planet. So you're saying this entire civilization, which she's got a mom and a dad, and there are people older than her in this civilization, but she's insistent she's the twin sister of the planet who came around at the same time as them. Don't think about it.
Right. Yeah, the second time I watched it, I was like, okay, maybe she's just talking about her race was born at the same time as the planet, which is also ludicrous. And that's what Tilly calls her out on. It's like, wait, no, your people can't be as old as your planet. Planets have to form, and then ecosystems develop and life develops. You can't be the same age. But and then it goes like, no, my
No,
planet.
they double down on that stupidness.
They double down on it. That's where I was like, fuck this show. And then I was also like, I need to talk to my twin brother about this dumb shit.
Yeah, fucking yeah. It's like my twin is my planet. Okay, first off, but here's the other thing. It's like I don't know if it was before that or right after that they established she's supposed to be a fucking super genius.
Oh,
She's clearly a fucking moron. She thinks she's the twin sister of the planet. She's clearly not a genius. She's clearly, and even if maybe
I'm just an engineer.
you get this weird alien. I mean, you get this, civilization. Maybe they got this, this mythology to their world. Hey, that's cool. I'm alien world building, culture, blah, blah, blah. Their mythology says they were born at the same time as their planet. Fine, they can have their culture. That could be a weird religious belief of this culture, whatever. But nope, they double down. No, seriously, this my twin sister. They don't let you just have that plausible deniability. They just push just a little bit beyond that. Nope, wait. We could have let it lie at that, and that could be just okay. Whatever, you hand wave it. Nope, that's my sister. Also, I'm a genius.
Right, I'm an engineer, and this gets into like this is where this links into canon world building stuff because she developed a way to regenerate dilithium, which is this is the ultra nerd corner canon. My canon nerds get it, anyways. The difference between TNG and the original series is the original series, they're always looking for dilithium as like a source of fuel kind of thing. And then by the time that TNG rolls around, they can regenerate dilithium crystals so that they have an unlimited source of fuel. And that's what this short kind of like, oh, that's where this starts. This is keying in for the Star Trek nerds. Like, oh, this is how you recycle dilithium crystals, which they couldn't do in the original series. But I guess this race has figured it out, and then maybe in TOS it's not fully distributed enough to where any starship can do it. That's why they're still searching for dilithium crystals in, say, the voyage home. But by TNG, they just recycle and regenerate their trilithium. So that's the nerd corner. That's like, oh, that's what this episode did. I really like the canon thing and blah, blah, blah.
So the person who figured out how to do that is the same girl who thinks she's as old as a planet that she was born on and that her parents were born on.
Right. But she's just
a 17-year-old who says, it's my twin sister. No, my literal twin sister. I was born at the same time as my planet. But she's got parents who are older than her, presumably. They're dead, of course.
Right.
But also, and then she actually has a line. She actually says, I'm not stupid. And I'm like,
you sound a little dumb.
And then another line that I thought that I just cringed, like, evolution is about soul. That was one that...
the evolution, another sci-fi tropes is like, no. And then Tilly tells her Poe, no, you are the evolution. It's like, no, you don't.
There's lots of eye rolling going on.
You don't understand science. You're supposed to be
yeah.
And then,
So it turns out she's a super genius who's got this big technology thing. She's on the... Did they ever explain why she was on... Oh, her family was killed. Like
her brother...
Yeah.
Her family... Her parents were killed. Then her brother became king because she's not just a runaway. She's not just the inventor of the scientific breakthroughs of her whole civilization. She's also a princess. That's the next thing. Is like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you every fucking genre trope? She's also a fucking princess, like, or a queen. She's because her parents were the royalty. Her brother was king, and then Tilly's like, whoa, wait a minute, you were
that makes you. Yeah, I was on the run from my coronation or something. So they imply almost like there was some sort of coup that murdered her family, but I guess not because she just didn't want to be queen and now she's ready to be queen for some reason.
Yeah.
I got my family's all dead. I thought they were like, oh, you're on the lam because there's like a coup that was taking out the royal family. No.
No, she was just like, don't tell them I'm here because then you'll learn I'm a princess or queen. And then you would not think as much of me. That's like the last scene. It's like, well, I could have told you who I was, but I thought you would treat me differently. Is Poe's whole thing to Tilly at the end. I'm like,
and then they just transport her somewhere.
Back to her people because she's ready to be. She's like, no, listen, friend, we've spent the last 2 hours together. You're gonna make a great queen. And then
but they have this bonding, like, hey, come visit me. Like, I mean, I thought
it's maybe aliens bond really quickly. I don't know. That's
and also, I mean, we never saw anybody except Tilly. I mean, I know it budget reasons, nerd corner, blah blah blah. They're on a spaceship. We see Tilly. We see Tilly's mom via holojet projector. We see frat space bros come in and find her in the mess. Otherwise, no one is. It's like she's on an abandoned spaceship. She's got like, on Event Horizon shit going on here, and she can just break in all this stuff. And there's nobody in the transporter room. Shouldn't there be somebody?
Well, who knows?
I know this is tedious, but
this is a 15-minute short. 2 hours of time.
Yeah.
This is lower deck shit, man. This is what happens when you're not on your main shift rotation. You got a lot of downtime, right? Maybe you can just break into an extra, because we've also apparently Discovery is 3 times the size of every other Star Trek ship in the original series for some reason.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they got extra shit. I don't know.
So,
but mostly,
and then she just transports her off though. Like she breaks into, somehow she's on. There's a cargo. I'll just break down the entire plot. So just a short frame. Okay, somebody loads something onto the docks.
Yes.
Something breaks out of the docks.
Yes. A predator.
So presumably she got into like a little transport tube that looked like it was just carrying supplies.
Uh-huh.
And then somehow she got there. We don't know how. We don't know why, other than she didn't want to be queen.
She says something to Tilly at some point, like, it's kind of impressive that I made it on here, right?
Right.
Because they've just achieved warp travel. Because when she tells where she's from, Tilly's like, oh, you're from the Scrayans or whatever. Like, they just achieved warp. It's like, yes, I know. Isn't it impressive that I made it onto a Federation starship? And she's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but why is she on the run? Well, not that coup that I thought. She just felt like it. And then she shows up. She makes one friend. They bond. They have some real hey, I get you moments. And then
you and I, we're not that different. Tropes.
But so presumably she got on like a transporter ship somewhere, like a cargo ship.
Yes.
And it looks like they were just loading cargo. So somehow she breaks into a cargo ship, hides in a cargo bay, hides in basically in a crate, essentially, gets onto this ship. So she presumably has been traveling like warp distances. And then she just shows up. She's in the mess hall. She makes one friend who all they have to do is go down a level and transport her. But they never say where they're transporting her. It's not like the ship went towards her planet.
My guess was just they were near her planet the whole time. They might not have been traveling at warp. They could have just been nearby. But the bigger question for me is like, what the fuck was Poe's endgame? It's like,
yeah,
I have to escape. It's like, oh, you know what? You talked me down, Tilly. I'll go back and be queen. Because probably
they never explain why. It's just
it's good to be the queen, I bet.
Hey, you're the queen. Yeah, I guess you better go home. Okay.
Yeah.
And presumably, what I kind of hope is that we never hear this again, because as soon as she got transported home, there was a coup and they murdered her.
Right.
Okay, that sounds a little dark and maybe a little harsh. But hey, I would just love if Tilly's kind of crying one episode, or Tilly was gonna. Well, my friend, I made friends with the queen once. She died in a coup.
No, I disagree. There should be a whole episode where Tilly goes, I want to go visit my friend. She warps down. It's just a big crater where her friend used to be.
They did say, come visit me. Okay, I'll come visit you.
I will.
Nobody knows we're friends, but now they're like soulmates or something. I would like to just warp down, and they sees the actual king or queen. It's like, oh yeah, you just transport her back to that coup that she escaped. And they just murdered her like they did the rest of her family.
Right, that's what I was saying. She warps down to visit her friend, and it's just a big bombed out, oh, we nuked this 2 years ago. She's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, she was, I don't know, she survived by her twin sister, the planet.
God. Oh, yeah, oh man, the planet is my twin.
And not only that, remember, she made she invented this whole dilithium thing just because to be nice to her sister.
The planet.
Because
she's the only one that...
She was mad that they wanted... There was like some... And, as a basic... If you needed your heavy-handed capitalist over, anti-capitalist screed, I guess, coming from me, I'm on board with that, except don't be so bad about it. It's like, at one point... She ran away also. I think she explained she ran away because her family was murdered, maybe, but also because they just wanted to use the dilithium crystals for reasons. They just wanted to use it. She came up with this technology and she had to flee because the people didn't understand her, like where she was coming from, man.
Right.
She wanted just wanted to make something nice for her sister, the planet. And they wanted to actually use that thing she made for the planet for stuff.
Yeah, their own stuff.
She came out. I learned how to recycle dilithium, and I didn't want anybody to use it for anything. I just made it for my sister, man. And so she had to run away. That's what she was mad about.
Right, because her planet, her sister, is like a big source of dilithium, and it would really help her out if they could just regenerate.
Thought she would think it would be neat, but she didn't want people to actually use it. She wanted the planet to just appreciate it.
They were going to just use it for their own ends and not to help her twin sister, the planet. And
that was never really resolved. She decides, okay, I'll just go back.
Well, she's going to be queen. Because she was like, they're not going to help my sister, my twin, the planet. And then Tilly's like, wait a minute, you're the queen? You can do whatever you want. And then she goes, but you're right, I'll go back and you should join the
Command Corps
program. And Tilly's like, you're right, you'll make a great queen. And she's like, you'll make a great, I don't know. This turned me, man. I was like, it's like,
yeah.
Yeah, I was. Anyways,
that was rambling enough, right?
Yeah. I think so. So, hey, everybody, listen to this. We didn't like it so much. I bet some of you did. Let me know about that. And
I want to hear your intelligent argument why this was not dumb as shit.
Yes,
that's a challenge.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, because. Anyways, 917-408-3898 if you want to talk to us about why this wasn't bad. Anyways, aside from these short treks and stuff, I feel like maybe we could talk about other things about Star Trek. Since I got you here, Lane, there are other developments in the Star Trek All Access universe. I don't know. How do you feel about this Picard show?
Well, some of the names involved... scare me but they're the names we already knew we had with Discovery, and then some of the names are like, okay, that's promising. Michael Chabon's one of the writers on there,
right? He's the showrunner, supposedly.
Is he the showrunner? Because Kurtzman's still also. I thought Kurtzman was still the showrunner.
He's the executive. I don't think they've said this is the showrunner. I think they're trying to sell it as Chabon as the brains behind this new series.
See, that'd be fine because that's good. Chabon knows his nerd stuff. I like it.
Right, but he's never ran a TV show before.
It's true.
So
I just kind of assumed it was Kurtzman still being showrunner, but he's got this writer who he's going to try and get his credit. He's going to Kurtzman is the type of producer who would try and still just get a name so that he can sell it with that to tell you it's good.
That's kind of how I felt about my defense of Discovery over the first season was look, these people are trying really hard. I feel like Kurtzman is probably given his edicts down from above, and Akiva apparently was a huge asshole. That was the whole thing. And Akiva's on the Picard show too, maybe?
That's the one. I get them mixed up.
Akiva Goldsman.
Akiva is the one that I have more problems with than even Kurtzman. Because Kurtzman's done some stuff I actually do like, even, not like Transformers or anything, but... Fringe and shit like that.
Fringe is about it.
Yeah, actually, which Fringe was great, but...
Fringe was great, yeah. He was an executive producer on, I believe.
Yeah.
I think he did Sleepy Hollow, which I didn't watch. People like it. I don't know. It might be fine.
It was fine. It was campy. I watched enough because it had Fringe people on it, like
Yeah.
Denethor from Fringe. He's great.
Oh yeah.
He was on it briefly, so I watched a little bit. It was fun in a goofy sort of way. But anyway, that's neither here nor there for this. Old man Picard. I'm okay. Patrick Stewart. He goes a long way. Not sure if he goes enough. Michael Chabon. Okay, well, those are two names I respect that I think honestly wouldn't do something bad if they thought it was going to be bad. I mean, both of them. None of them need like to do a Star Trek show again. Or
Right.
And Patrick Stewart's he held out for a long time. I'm guessing they gave him a lot of money to finally do this.
Right.
The fact maybe they had to sell him by the fact that they got somebody of Michael Chabon's caliber to do it. Maybe that helped Stewart decide he was willing to do it. I don't know. I can see why that would go a long way. So I'm hopeful. I really
right.
like. Okay, I was hopeful on Discovery too, though. But I don't know. Are they going to pull a Brian Fuller and fire Michael Chabon and hire the hack who wrote Bryan Singer? What's he's doing now?
Oh God. No, I mean I'm kind of hopeful. Like Hugh has posted a few Instagram things that Michael Chabon on Instagram keeps posting stuff about the Picard show. I mean, I can't remember. One of the writers on Discovery that wrote a bunch of Voyager novels is also heavily involved in the writer's room, which I don't know. I can't figure out yet whether I like her stuff or not. I think she might be okay. I want to blame all the stuff. I want to blame most everything on Akiva. But anyways, he's also been posting all these kind of lefty, kind of like Marxist kind of like writer stuff on Twitter in regards to the Picard show, which is interesting to me if they're going a philosophical route through it. I just don't know.
See, that's one of those, like, I'm on board with that. I just don't want it. But if you screw that up, it's almost worse than not doing it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, as a lefty socialist sympathizer, okay, great. Just do that well. But when you do it badly, like sometimes Discovery did, but Discovery was all over the place philosophically. It didn't matter. But do it well. But if you do it bad, it's worse than not doing it at all. When it comes to like that sort of socialist screed kind of stuff, it's heavy-handed. That's what. But Michael Chabon, okay, all right, he's got his nerd creds. He's he did a pass at one of those good Spider-Man movies, right? Okay,
right, yeah. Well, and then the other thing, as far as Michael Chabon Star Trek goes, we'll find out in just a few days, November 8th, the next short trek that comes out was the one that is written by Michael Chabon.
Okay, so we have like a real writer on this one. Okay.
Yes.
In theory. I mean, I feel bad. Like Jenny Lumet or whatever, maybe she's an actress, which is fine, and a writer apparently. I really hope that she did not write much of this episode and she just was getting some writing credits with a name like Alex Kurtzman, because this was quintessential bad Discovery sloppy writing. They didn't think through any plots. They didn't think through any of the world building repercussions. That's my problem with Discovery. That's what the problem with this episode was. So hopefully the next short trek written by somebody who knows how to like write a story.
Right. And apparently from what I know so far about it, it's one actor, I forgot his name, is on the Discovery or some equivalent ship, and he's been asleep or lost, and he wakes up on the starship, and it's 1,000 years ahead of Star Trek Discovery time-wise. So it's jumping ahead of Nemesis and everything.
Wow, so it's like post-Dominion War, everything.
Yeah, it's going past that. Yeah. In a Discovery-era starship, he wakes up like 1,000 years later, past everything.
Huh.
And he's talking to the computer or something. Like, he's the only one on board.
Okay, see, I didn't know much about it other than the preview at the end of this steaming pile.
Right,
so,
they just released a thing about it like in the last week or so.
Okay.
So we'll know about how that works. And apparently people liked it well enough to like put Chabon back in the writer's seat for the Picard show. So who knows how that'll work.
Okay, that's promising. I'm scared because I said the same thing about Discovery when I heard Brian Fuller was involved, and then...
Yeah, exactly. Brian Fuller at least had TV experience.
Yeah.
From what I've read about it, like, they're like, oh, these famous writers they want to write Star Trek so bad, and we don't have to pay him anything. Because Michael Chabon, he came to Kurtzman and was like, I just really want to write Star Trek. And they're like, okay, fine. You'll do it for $2? We'd love to have you. Because they're not paying shit for this. So it's like, from a social, this is them exploiting the working class, because they're like,
oh, this is the problem with the new streaming dynamic where they don't pay people.
yeah. And they're probably not even, well, his agent probably got a deal for that Picard show, but for this short Trek coming up, it was in an interview I read. They're like, you want to do it for $2? Well, we'd love to do that because we don't have to pay you for it. These established people that don't have to worry about living, that want to write Star Trek, will do it for next to nothing. That kind of gets my goat a little bit, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
And then we also have a cartoon coming up.
Okay.
They just sold a Star Trek animated series with a Rick and Morty writer.
Oh, I haven't heard about this one. What is this?
This was just this past week. It's been bought. CBS All Access is in the Star Trek business now because they realized if they don't have a Star Trek on air, then nobody wants.
Why else would anybody pay for this stuff? Old people don't understand the internet.
Right.
Like CBS. That's your other. You got old people.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently we have Star Trek nerds. They actually know how to download our apps. Okay.
Yeah. Old people, Star Trek. That's the overlap in the Venn diagram that people that know how to use the internet, because they're geeks. They were on Usenets in the 80s, you know.
Right. They invented conventions, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, they just announced a new Star Trek show. He's a writer on Rick and Morty. Also, my big worry is that he also just sold a sci-fi cartoon to Hulu with Justin Roiland, also from Rick and Morty. So I'm worried about they're going to have a Brian Fuller situation when he realizes he's over his head. But who knows?
So he's like a show with Justin Roiland, and he's got this show with just him being showrunner, basically.
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay.
But he is a guy that gets Star Trek. People love Rick and Morty because Rick and Morty's great. And also, he's a big enough nerd to understand all the Star Trek lore because he has a famous Star Trek Twitter handle. I don't know if you don't follow the Star Trek TNG Season 8 Twitter, it's a nerd Twitter about like fake episodes for a 8th season of The Next Generation.
Okay. Hopefully that's good. I'm hesitant on the fact, like an Archer meets Star Trek thing.
That's exactly what I thought it would be. So who knows?
Okay.
And will it be canon or not? If it's a cartoon, who knows? They've got enough Star Trek shit coming out that like one of them probably will end up being good. Like the Picard show, if this Nicholas Meyer show ever comes out, rumored to be a con show, which is annoying to me, but
how many fucking...
But Nick Meyer, who wrote Wrath of Khan and Star Trek 6.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes... Okay, that I'm on board. You know what? Actually, yeah, you know what? They should just do a whole Eugenics Wars series. That'd be fun. I'd be down with that. If they just pick, like, interesting parts of the timeline and do a good series on it, I'm okay with that. They picked the ones that are the least interesting so far, I thought, but... Yeah. With Discovery, like, come on, there's so many more cool things. Anyway, I don't need to get into that, but
yeah. Anyways, so that's all that's going on with Star Trek right now. I thought it might be worth talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know. We've been talking a while. It might be a right place to wrap it up.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot for a 15-minute show that
which
thrown together just to get some clicks on CBS All Access,
right? And throwing to people that are listening to this podcast like, yes, I love Star Trek. I want to listen to a podcast about the Star Trek show I love. Oh, I'm sorry, people. It sucked.
Yeah. I don't mean to insult people. I kind of straight up didn't I? Shit. Sorry about that.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Sorry. But I mean,
I feel strongly.
There needs to be a Star Trek podcast that is willing to say what none of the others will. This show was bad.
I said out of love.
Yeah, we want it to be better, and
because I have like Star Trek deserves my respect, but I also deserve their respect. Don't treat me like an idiot and tell me that I'm the asshole. So there,
right? Yeah,
there we go.
When we all know that the whole time that James and Hugh are the asshole for not talking about this shit anymore. If you want to, sorry, they'll probably listen to this. Anyways, if you want to hear from them again, you got to give to the Kickers of Elves Patreon. So go to the Kickers of Elves Patreon, patreon.com/Kickers of Elves. We've got loads of bonus content over there, preambles and stuff with James and Hugh and I. And we're running some extra bonus materials for the Hashish and Superiority Book Club, where we're going through Alan Moore's Jerusalem. And we're also doing bonus Patreon episodes we're going through Watchmen, Alan Moore, which I bet a lot of you have read. Got bonus content over there with preambles and all sorts of other stuff. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, check out all the stuff at kickersofelves.com and the Patreon and whatnot. Shit, I don't even know how to end this without Hugh saying the...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. You have anything to say, Lane? You have any...
No, I mean, I just, at the end of this episode, they seem to... I still think they beamed her off into the void, so let's do that.
All right. Well, 2 to beam out.
2, yeah. Beam us out. It's 2. It's not just a guy talking to himself.
All right. Let's just end this thing. All right.
Yeah.
I'm stopping recording.
All right.
Subscribe to us on iTunes or Stitcher or Caster or Fuckcast or Podsucker. Review us on iTunes. Also grab a bit of fame for yourself by calling us at 917-408-3898 and leaving us a message. We play that shit on air. Or email us at rulesofacquisitionpodcast@gmail.com. Also, listen to our Deep Space Nine podcast Rules of Acquisition. It is pretty amazing, but you may not yet be ready for its awesome amazingness. Assess your personal awesomeness appropriately.